Hey, it's Lockie with a review of the 2023 Yes Greats Uninc. The Greats is a fairly wide, asymmetrical twin board with the camrock profile, a sintered base, and the asymmetrical mid-bite outline. It comes in sizes from 149 up to 159. Being an asymmetrical twin board, it means that the heel side cut of the board is smaller than the toe side, which helps to balance out the feel of the board. This doesn't make a difference if you ride regular or goofy, you just have to make sure that your heels are set up on the right side of the board, which is marked on the sidewall. For me, if I'm riding a twin board, there aren't any downsides to it being asym. On top of that, it has the asymmetrical mid-bite outline. Between your feet, the edges dip in to make the board narrower. It goes in a little bit on the toe side of the board, and it goes in a bit further on the heel side to help match the smaller heel side cut. Yes, use the decimeter squared way of measuring the volume of the boards, which makes sense. It gives you a different way of measuring the boards rather than working out by the length of the board, comparing it to the waist width, and then seeing how much the side cut affects that volume. But for right now, it's only really useful for comparing boards in the Yes lineup that show these measurements. If you're comparing it to other brands, you'll still have to work it out the normal way. Overall, the Greats has a fairly wide waist width, and that's before you even count in the mid-bite that has narrowed the waist even more, so the nose and the tail are quite wide. If you're getting really technical, the spec sheet also lists the width of the board at the front foot and the rear foot positions, which makes a lot of sense if you have bigger boots or you're overly worried about toe or heel drag. I wouldn't be surprised if more brands start listing those measurements too. No matter what, this is a wide board, so big boots aren't going to be an issue. I'm 6 foot tall, weigh about 155 pounds, and was riding the 156cm Greats in Whistler. I was riding it with medium Burton Cartel bindings and size 9.5 or 27.5 Mondo Vans infused boots. The Greats is rated as having a flex of 7 out of 10, though it felt softer than that to me. I'm not very heavy, and I'd say that it feels like a medium flexing board. It's easy to flex and move around, but still had enough stiffness to feel pretty stable when riding fast. Torsionally, it's easy to flex, and I think that ends up helping the board not feel too slow edge to edge, seeing that it is wide. I didn't really feel like I had to put in any extra effort to turn, especially not compared to wider boards I recently rode like the Spring Break Twin. It has the camrock profile, so it has camber between your feet and rocker on the nose and tail. If you compared this profile to the basic that I rode before this, the Greats has less rocker and more camber. It still doesn't have a catchy feel with rocker on the ends, so you can still be a little bit messy with your riding and it won't catch you out, but the camber does help the board feel quite springy and lively. Although the conditions look alright in the footage, some of the sunny days filming were fairly hard with just a bit of dust on top. The edge hold was good. I found it had a pretty reliable feel, especially in the middle of a turn. Speed was never a problem, though it was pretty cold and fast for everyone on the days that I was filming. In the park it rode nicely, there isn't anything that I'd complain about, though I also don't really ride any big features anyway. It's a light board, it turns better than I would have thought for the width, and overall is quite stable without needing to be overly stiff. The extra width is going to help when the snow gets a little bit softer, but it is pretty capable for a bit of everything. If you have any questions on the Greats, leave them in the comments below. Subscribe if you want to see more snowboard reviews, and thanks for watching.